Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be sharing with you my June setup, as well as a general life update. I'll be indicating in the chapters section where this general update starts and ends so that you can feel free to skip ahead if you don't want to hear me ramble about that. So yes, hi everyone. Sorry that I've been away for a while. I've basically been living in survival mode with the baby. So for those of you who have watched my videos from the past couple months, you know that I'm a new mom, and so as expected, the newborn and new baby life is very busy, and on top of that, my little one happened to be colicky, so she had some reflux, she had some gas pains, so she was understandably harder to take care of because she was more upset and cried quite a bit and uncomfortable, and so she needed a lot of care and comforting. And on top of that, she basically was very clingy to me. She only wanted me, didn't really want her dad to take care of her. It took actually about a couple months for her to really warm up to her dad. And so essentially around the clock I had been needing to take care of her and comfort her and help her to sleep as well. She essentially wouldn't nap independently, wouldn't sleep independently overnight, and so I would have to stand and bounce her to sleep and hold her in contact naps. So essentially it has been a marathon, and understandably me time as well as hobbies that fall into that me time has had taken a backseat, which is why I disappeared for a while. It had definitely been very hard, very challenging, and by roughly 4 months time postpartum, I kind of felt like my soul was going to leave my body due to sheer exhaustion mentally and physically. I had basically been running on adrenaline and sheer willpower, had very much lack of sleep, and on top of that I tend to be rather hyper independent, and so I wasn't really good at getting help and asking or accepting help. Since then I've been working on that recently to try and figure out how to rest and ask for and accept help so that I'm not just overdoing it 24/7 almost. So I'm doing a lot better now, and as you can see based on these two videos that I'm putting out together, I am trying to work in some me time and some hobby time so that I'm taking care of my well-being and mental health, and trying to bring back a part of me that isn't just being a mom. That being said, I at the same time, even though it's been really challenging, I also feel like having my daughter is the most wonderful thing, and I feel like my heart's melting every day. Going into my June theme, all I knew is that I really wanted to paint a scene that included a large tree with sunlight streaming through, and I really wanted to bring about the feeling of warmth and serenity, and to hopefully share that feeling of comfort, calm, and gentleness with whoever looks at the painting. Since it had been a while since I painted, it almost felt like my hands were kind of stiff and really not able to maneuver the brush the way that I wanted to, and so when I was painting the first layer of the painting especially, I felt like I didn't really like how it looked. I felt like I wasn't able to produce the image I had in my mind, and there were a couple points throughout where I kind of felt like giving up, but then I persevered and kept going, and I was happy with the end result. Now that I am painting again, once in a while that is, I am trying to pick up where I left off in terms of working on the depth and lighting in the paintings. And so I tried to think about where the light source was and how that would reflect on each of the plants and trees. And I also thought about the angle that the viewer would be looking from and how to make the different plants and trees look realistic. One of my focuses as I was working on this scene was to try and vary up the leaves that I painted as well as the plants on the ground, as I feel like a lot of the times the leaves that I paint all look kind of the same. And so I worked on that, though I still feel like it kind of looks almost all the same, but I think there are a bit more variety of plants this time around. At the end, I added the metallic and watercolor highlights as usual, but I didn't get a chance to record that bit because for that part I was just sitting on the floor and painting while my daughter was napping in the other room. I didn't have a table to paint on, so I couldn't record that bit, so please bear with me for that. And now for a flip through. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. See you soon.